Hey everybody, Mike Dukes here. I am at the Kokomo Humane Society. I'm with Karen Wolf and a swashbuckler. This, who you may not be able to see at the moment, is Zorro. Zorro with the most beautiful blue eyes you have ever seen. And quite the lovey-dovey people pleaser. Now, I already, stacked up the deck on his behalf already with all that, but what else can you tell us about Zorro?
He's a pit mix. He's a puppy. He's about 5 months old. Really calm for a 5-month-old pit mix, that's for sure. And he's just really sweet, friendly, likes people, likes to be with people. He was in a home where, again, only 5 months old, and they had to turn him in. Poor planning. So think about it before you adopt. This is usually pretty traumatic for a pet to start in a home and then be surrendered so quickly, but he's pretty chill right now. But he's a nice dog, and he's not been fixed yet, so his adoption fee will be $120. Well worth it for this dog.
He has this thing. He doesn't just want to sit down near you. He wants to sit down and be pressed up against your leg. So you're always going to know where he's at. But yes, he is the most calm, good-natured dog, and very, very pretty.
He will have energy. Once you were saying, when you get him outside, he'll want to run around, but he'll be nice. He'll be a nice dog to sit in the house, and also once he's had his exercise. But he's really quite handsome.
And Zorro, what better name than Zorro? Every time you take him for a walk, take like a magic marker and put a little Z on. Okay, don't do that. That's true. That's vandalism. You didn't hear that from me. So Zorro, we have him, but also for all the other pets that we have here in the Humane Society, next week's a pretty big week.
St. Patrick's Day, and so in honor of St. Patrick's Day, we're having St. Patrick's Day adoption special. So the theme is cats. It's been a lot cats. We're really focusing on it, and it's paid off. Our adoptions are way up this year, and so that's really encouraging. So we will be having a special Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 17th, 18th, and 19th. So we're going to have it publicized on Facebook, and we'll have some posters, and if you have any questions, just call. And we're not quite sure what the adoption fees are going to be yet, but we will keep you updated. But if you're looking for a pet, start looking now, because you never know.
Another big question. Will there be shamrocks and will there be leprechaun hats for the cats?
You'll have to talk to Eddie.
Eddie, make it happen. Little leprechaun hats for the cats, because that would just be quite adorable. And since we're moving into St. Patrick's Day season, we're in March, heading into April. Spring is in the air. It's pretty warm outside today. That brings some unique situations all by itself. We've got mosquitoes, we've got
Ticks,
fleas,
all sorts of things. So get your pet. If your pet has not been on heartworm medication all winter, it's time to get them back on. And in general, you want to have, you have to have them tested before you put them on heartworm medication again. So make sure that they don't have heartworm already, because the medication will hurt them rather than help them if they already have heartworm. So you want to get your pet tested and onto heartworm medication and flea medication, because it's never really got cold enough, I think, to kill everything last year. So it might be a exciting year for fleas.
That's a nice way of putting it. I don't think exciting would be quite the word I'd use. Yeah, it's been, last year was bad.
And we're treating a beagle that has heartworm that we had up for adoption, and he didn't seem quite right, and we tested him. And it's a expensive procedure, and you really don't want to have your pet get that, because even once they're treated, they tend to be, it's a hard treatment to cure the heartworms. So it's easier to get them medicated.
Get on it. As great as it is that with the warm weather you can take your animals outside for walks and to play, there's a lot of little things you got to keep track of. Well, mainly all those little bugs.
Another thing is if you have a new puppy, wait until they're vaccinated, have their whole series of vaccinations before you take them to the park and to around a bunch of other dogs, because there's, especially since it didn't get that cold, the parvovirus is in the ground. It can stay in the ground forever, and you really don't want to take a chance of that. So I know it's exciting to take them to the park when they're tiny, but you really want to wait until they've had all of their vaccines before you do that.
So yeah, keep in mind, I know a lot of you are probably thinking spring, great time to get a new pet. And it is a great time. Just make sure you're prepared. Plan ahead, make sure you got all your I's dotted, T's crossed. So somebody like Zorro here is going to be safe and sound. And you mentioned the farmer's market.
We will be attending at least 2 times a month once it gets warm. We start usually in May. I'm not sure what the first date is, but we'll look that up. But I think we start in May. So we'll be there with animals and information and all sorts of things going on. So, whoa! Good boy.
Good boy. So there you have it. Spring is in the air. St. Catrick's Day? I keep on calling it Catter Day for some reason. I don't know why. Probably because I'm still thinking about those leprechaun hats. That is a must-have, Eddie. So coming here next week, check out all the cats that are available. Check out the dogs too. Come see Zorro. Because I guarantee you look into those blue eyes, you're going to melt. Come see Zorro. Come see all the pets. Come see Karen. And we will see you next week.